So it's gotten really hot. I am sweating out here, trying to survive the heat. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Janine. I am an artist based in Dallas, Texas, and I do Artist Alley vlogs, and that's about it right now. We'll see if I do anything else. So this weekend we are at AX Chibi, and I am actually standing outside of the Artist Alley tent, as you can see here. So AX Chibi is held this year at the Ontario Convention Center. It is November 7th to the 9th this year. So this year is actually the first time that they're doing a 3-day event for AX Chibi. Previous years was only 2 days, and this is going to be my second time vending here. So I vended here in, I think, 2023, and this was actually my first out-of-state convention. It's kind of exciting to be back. Last year I didn't make it because I was at KumoriCon, which was the same weekend. This year the events did not coincide, but I also didn't get into KumoriCon, so I wasn't there. But I'm here at AX Chibi this year, and I am interested to see how different it's going to be compared to 2023. If you noticed, I did get a new mic. This is actually the same mic that I had earlier, so hopefully this audio sounds a little bit better, a little clearer, not as like garbly. For AX Chibi, it's run by the same people who run Anime Expo, which is held every July. This is just like a smaller version that is held during the winter time in Ontario, California. I'm only familiar with the Artist Alley, but I know that there is an exhibit hall as well, which is inside the actual convention center. And then in between the exhibitor hall and the Artist Alley is like a little outdoor section that has stuff like bouncy houses and like crane games and other like exhibitors that have their tents outside. I'm sure there's like guests and panels at this event as well, but I'm not too familiar with that just because I tend to stick around my booth the entire weekend. So I will just be giving you guys my experience of vending at the Artist Alley, and I actually just finished setting up my booth as well, so I can show you guys my setup and any new things I might have. So let's head on over. So here is my booth setup for AX Chibi this weekend. So the tables are 6 feet. So this is just my normal 6-foot setup. I do have a little bit of changes because I do have a couple of new things. So first of all, I have a bunch of new mini prints that I managed to knock out in between events. Not too much else to say about these. They're new. Hopefully people like them. I haven't really had that many prints before, so I'm trying to get more into prints because of like tariffs and stuff, and so these are just a little easier to produce and receive in a quicker turnaround. So I have some Alien Stage ones here, and then I also made some K-pop Demon Hunters. So there are 9 new prints, and then I have, these are my older ones. I usually don't sell too many of them because I only have 5 designs, but I'm hoping that since I have so many new ones now, people might be more interested in getting this new deal that I have, which is a buy 2 get 1 free. I have the same deal for my big prints as well, but I think having like a lot of options makes it more enticing to do the deals. So that's my first new thing. I actually changed my setup a little bit. So for AX Chibi, I actually brought more of these acrylic stands. So I do have like a wooden display rack that I usually use for my sticker sheets, but they're a little wide. So I thought that if I brought these acrylic displays instead, that I could fit more at the front of my booth. So I think it fits pretty well. Usually my sticker sheet rack, I think, would stick out like all the way up to here. So I wouldn't be able to put as much stuff out. So I was able to save a little bit of table space. Maybe for like Texas events, maybe I'll still use it because it does look nice. Like Jamie has one, it's a little different. It's like a wide, long one. So her sticker sheets look really, really good. So maybe I'll still use it for Texas events, but it was a lot easier to fly with just the acrylic stands than bringing the heavy wooden rack. And then the other new thing that I have is I actually made a new t-shirt design. This is probably just going to be like a limited design. I actually made it for a K-pop Demon Hunter event that I'm going to be part of later this month. So I already had them made, so I thought I might as well bring them and see how they do. I actually brought them to an event last weekend, but I didn't sell any. But we'll see how it goes at like an actual convention. The other event I was at was just like outside of a grocery store, so the crowd wasn't that big. So I'm hoping it does a little bit better here. I think that might be everything. So I'll talk a little bit more about this space a little bit later on. I think it's looking really nice and full. I have some new pictures and maybe we'll update my Artist Alley portfolio. Yes, so we will see how this weekend goes. I forgot to mention, today is day one, so I will report back a little bit later today to let you guys know how I'm doing. This is new. It looks like they're having a reception for us tonight from 6 to 8, and they have some free food for us. So Jamie and I might go check that out. It's really nice of them to organize this. Okay, so I am recording from inside of one of my cubes, which is why you see this little wire here. I'm trying to avoid getting some other people in the background, but yeah, so it is 3:30 p.m. A couple things to note. I think it's like 84 degrees out here or something, and the tent is not air conditioned, so it's gotten really hot. I've had to pull my fan out and I put my hair up. They do have some like big fans blowing air around, but I don't think that's really helping the airflow very much, unfortunately. Like I'm definitely like stuffy. I'm also wearing a mask. I noticed a lot of other vendors here and attendees are also wearing masks, which I'm very grateful for, but it is hot. It's pretty rough. And speaking of rough, sales have been pretty bad today. I know it is a Friday and it's just day one. Usually Fridays are just okay, but I was hoping to make back at least expenses today. Last time I checked, I'm only about maybe like 20% of the way there. I'm not expecting to make back all of my expenses today, unfortunately. I hope that I can hit it sometime tomorrow. Actually, at the rate I'm going, I'm not even sure if I can. So I guess we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it picks up a lot more tomorrow. Maybe people will be like off of work and are able to attend. I do want to point out that there is another convention happening this weekend that is actually pretty close by. I'm not sure which convention center it is. I'll put that up on the screen here so you can see. But Anime Pasadena is also happening this weekend. So it's two, anime themed events happening the same time, and they're very close in distance. I'm sure that's been affecting attendance and it has been affecting sales for us artists. It's pretty unfortunate. At this point, I think I'm just hoping to make at least like my expenses back and cover like food and stuff, but I don't know, honestly. So it's 5:40 now. We have about 20 minutes until the Artist Alley closes. I do think there are staff going around letting everybody know that it's going to close soon, which is nice. As far as sales go, not much has changed since this afternoon. Definitely still a slow day today. I think I'm like 50% of expenses made, so that's good. I would have been happier if I made back all of my expenses today, but sometimes that's just how it is. Hopefully I'll make the rest of it back tomorrow and then more. And then Sunday hopefully is all profit, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Tonight is the exhibitor and like vendor reception thing that they're gonna have, so I did want to check that out. I don't think we're gonna stay for very long. I just want to see what it is. I love free food, so I just want to see what the free food is. But after that, we will probably head to dinner because we want something like hot. Because I think all I've eaten today has been things that I've like taken from hotel breakfast. So like a lot of cold things or like room temperature things. So I want something like some good hot food for tonight. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully it will be a better day tomorrow. Good morning. So it is the morning of day 2 and Artist Alley is already open apparently. Officially it's supposed to open at 10 a.m. It is 9:30. We did get here a little late because we were picking up food for lunch. Neither of us have any helpers, so we wanted to grab something before we got here so that we wouldn't have to leave our booth during the day. So we thought coming at like 9:30 would be okay. But there's actually a good amount of people walking around already. Maybe not like in front of our booth, but like when we walked in the Artist Alley tent through the entrance over there, it was pretty full. Not like super full, but like a good amount of people already. And I was like, I thought this opened up at 10. They do advise you to be booth ready at 9 a.m. So that is our own fault. Hopefully we didn't miss out on too many sales. Yeah, so tomorrow I think we'll try to come a little bit earlier. Also, some bad news. My terminal did not charge last night, so it was only halfway charged, a little less than halfway, so I don't think it'll last throughout today, but I think I can just do like sales on my phone. They have like a new thing where you can actually do the like tap on the back of your phone, so that should be okay. I'm just gonna miss out on any like potential tips because the tip screen it'll load up on my phone, but I'm gonna like press no tip because it's like awkward to hold my phone up to people to ask for a tip. So yeah, that's where I'm at today. Not a great start so far, but hopefully today will be busier and I can make up the rest of my expenses. So it's 2 p.m. now, which is pretty much halfway through day 2 of AX Chibi, and it has gotten hot once again. I am sweating out here. Honestly, I'm really glad I brought my neck fan with me, or else I don't think I would be doing so well. I heard tomorrow is going to be hotter than today, so I'm not really looking forward to that. We'll get through it. As far as sales goes, I have made back all of my expenses, counting both card and cash. I've noticed there's a lot of cash sales here. Like a lot of people have cash and prefer to pay in cash. Every time I check my Square, my sales seem a lot lower than they actually are, and then quickly calculate all of my cash sales and then feel a little bit better. At least now I can hopefully just be in the green for the rest of the weekend, which is pretty relieving. But I also have noticed that all of the sales that I've been making, like people are usually only buying like one thing that are only like $5 to $10. And so building up like the revenue has been pretty rough. I'm definitely gonna have to reevaluate if I want to come back next year. While I do love seeing all of my friends here at AX Chibi, I don't know if it's gonna be like worth my time like flying all the way out here and booking a hotel and stuff. Something I'm gonna have to think about. I also wanted to talk about the Artist Alley spaces at AX Chibi. So the Artist Alley tables are 6 foot, and they're actually, I think they're like exactly like 2 feet wide. Like my grids barely fit the 6 foot table and slightly too narrow. So it's not like the standard 30-inch wide tables, unfortunately. So you can only fit like 2 grids across. The space behind the table though is actually really nice. There's a lot of space in between each of the artist booths. So if you have like a print stand or anything, I don't think you'll really be in the way of your neighbor behind you. I think my entire row doesn't have any like print walls behind them, so we have a lot of space to walk like through and like scoot our chairs back if we need to. There's also some space in between each of the tables, so if you need to exit, you can squeeze through. Oh, and they also provide trash cans, which is really nice. I was also looking through the Artist Alley packet, and I noticed that they're starting to implement a lot of the same like rules as AX. Like you have to have your name and your table number displayed at all times. And then also, I think they also had a height limit, but I don't think anybody actually read through the packet. So there's a lot of booths here that have gone above the height limit. They're also not reinforcing it as strictly here. I'll have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure there was something about that in the Artist Alley packet. All right, so it is 5:55. We have about 5 minutes until Artist Alley officially closes for day 2. And it definitely picked up towards the end of the day, which is really nice. It did get pretty crowded like in the afternoon. I feel like the amount of people though that were walking around doesn't really translate to how the sales that were received. At least personally, it's definitely been a little rough for everybody this year, so I totally understand. But yeah, it's emptied out a lot more now. There's still a good amount of people walking around though, even though it's gonna close in like 5 minutes. We're gonna be covering everything up anyways, and I'm sure it'll be fine. I think it was a pretty good day for day 2. Hopefully tomorrow is as good as the second half of today. That'd be really nice, but if not, I guess I'm in the green already. I'm still gonna decide like whether or not I think it's worth coming back next year after tomorrow. So I'll keep, right now I'm still on the fence, leaning towards no, but I think we'll see how I do tomorrow and decide from there. Good morning. So it is the morning of day 3. It's 9:13 a.m. So Artist Alley just opened up. I did check the information on the email that they sent, and I was mistaken with the opening times. So I thought that it opened up at 10 a.m., but it actually opens up at 9 a.m. So that's on me. But we did get here on time this time, and it is definitely not as busy as it was yesterday morning, but I think that's just because it's a Sunday. I think there was also a concert last night, so that's also maybe a factor. Maybe people were partying last night and are not gonna come this early. But we are here and we are open, so we're just gonna see how it goes. A piece of advice if you're gonna vend at AX Chibi, and maybe this is probably applicable to other places as well, but if you have like sticker sheets or like vinyl stickers, they tend to curl in either hot or cold weather. So last night I actually, before I packed up, I took all my sticker sheets and put them laying flat in the back of my booth so that they wouldn't curl as badly overnight, because I left them overnight on Friday, and Saturday when I got to my booth, all of them were like super duper curled. But I tried to avoid that this time, and I think taking it and laying them flat helped a little bit. They were definitely still curled though. And my stickers, I left them out because there's too many of them to take back and put back out in the morning, so I just left them, and those were definitely pretty bad. Anyways, we will see how today goes. Hopefully it will be better than Friday, at least. That's what I'm hoping. But I think by the end of today, I'll know whether or not I think it's worth coming back here next year. I went shopping. Say hello to Bimbo. Yay. So this is my friend Baneri's mascot. Look at this cute tag. And it comes in like a little grocery bag. This is number 128. And comes with, receipt. So cute. And sticker. Exclusive. Also, this is Nee's card. It's so cute. I think there were some other, yeah, there's like mini stickers in there. Oh, he comes with a peach hat. He's so cute. Follow Nee. It's 2:30 now. It's been okay. I think it's definitely better than Friday, which is good. Not as good as yesterday, but I do think yesterday picked up in the afternoon. So I'm hoping that it picks up again this afternoon today. I did get a coffee, so I'm very happy about that. And I think that will fuel me the rest of the day. I don't think I talked about sales patterns for this convention just yet. I think that my shirts are actually doing pretty well. I noticed my charms haven't been moving very well. My like mini charms, my phone charms are doing pretty good, but like my bigger charms have not been moving as much as I'd like them to. I think that I've also had a decrease in like sticker sales, die cut and sticker sheets. I wonder if the way that I have it set up is making a big difference in like visibility, because I don't have like my wooden display. I'm still selling like a good like handful every now and then, but not as much as I'd hoped. It could also just be like a slow show, so hard to tell. I've sold a couple of Jasper plushies, which is really nice. All my Alien Stage standees are doing pretty good. I actually didn't bring enough. I didn't bring that many of them, and I had pretty low stock of a few of them. I've sold out of half of them. I have 3 characters left, and I think they're all part of different like couples, so unfortunately people can't buy like the couple sets anymore. Other than that, I'm just kind of cruising, trying to survive the heat, and hopefully it cools down in a couple of hours. Usually it does by the end of the day, but yeah, I'll report back at the end of the day and give you guys my like final thoughts about the show. Okay, so it is officially the end of AX Chibi. Artists have already started packing up. There's a table across from me that's like, they're like already gone. Like, yes, so So I did do a little bit of math as the con was coming to a close, and I actually did a little bit better than I did the first time I was here, so that is a really good sign. I think overall my conclusion of AX Chibi is that I would consider coming back next year, actually. I think Friday was just discouraging because it was the first Friday that they've ever had, and so it was just a lot slower than I would like it to be. But I think that's fair for it being like the first time they had a Friday. I think as the audience like gets more familiar with AX Chibi having a Friday, that it'll probably get busier. Yeah, I also get to see like a lot of friends here too, which is really nice. I do hope that they get some of the AC stuff fixed. I had some of the staff come by and tell me that they were trying to work on it, so it's good to know that they're aware and they were trying their best with it. All that being said, if you stop by my table this weekend at AX Chibi, thank you so much for coming. I had a lot of fun talking to everybody, and if you watched this far in the vlog, thank you so much for watching again. I hope this was informative and hope that if you ever been here in the future that any of the things that I talk about here is helpful. My next convention is going to be Anime Impulse Dallas, so I'm going to be back at a local con next week. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Wait, what's this? Card? Oh god.